Well, all right. It's the last day of the week and the last day of March, March 28th, and it is just about 9:20 a.m. And tomorrow is a holiday, so the markets will be closed. I double checked and verified. It won't even be a half day tomorrow for futures. It will be a completely closed day for the holiday. And then next Monday, April 1st, will be the first day back, a full regular trading day on Monday, April 1st. The other thing to quickly talk about is the 80% discount from Apex was extended. And so this discount now runs through Tuesday, April 2nd at market close. So you can use this code or any other you have to pick up some evaluations for the 80% off. Just so you know, like the 25K account is basically just under $30. The 50K account is $33.40, I believe, with that code applied, just so you have an idea. And the 1 day pass was extended as well through Tuesday, April 2nd, market close. So you can still pick up these accounts and continue to trade them either the rest of today as well as Monday and Tuesday and still be able to pass in one single day. All right, so getting into my trading, today was a good day for me. And you might say, well, how can today be a good day for you when on your PA number 7 you had a loss and took a $678 hit, which, by the way, let me point out, leaves me to a balance of 24,123, and the auto liquidate threshold is 23,850. So we're talking about 150, less than $300 room, if I'm calculating correctly. 150 plus 120, yeah. So about $270 of room to the drawdown. So how can it be a good day when I'm now near blowing that account on the next trade? And I'll tell you how is because the other 3 wins I had today were on these other accounts. And to me, quite frankly, anytime I have 3 accounts that improve and only 1 account that doesn't improve or gets a hit, that's a successful day for me overall. But also, especially today, because as you can see, my win of $378 on PA2 brings me back to essentially where I was at the beginning of the week before I took my loss on that account, 52,100. So I am now back within, well, let's see, I'm back within $500 of qualifying for a payout. So I guess I'm about $100 under where I was before I took the loss, my last loss on the trade, because I was 400 away before. Now I'm 500 away. So was able to essentially bring that account all the way back in just a couple trades. I did trade it with an extra contract, so trading 3 contracts instead of 2 on that account. And not only that, but evaluation 27, I am now less than $200 away from passing that and getting another PA as well there. So today, being 3-1 and getting the wins on those accounts, to me, today feels like a green day. I feel really good about it. And overall, I started off the week, I talked about this previous days. I started off the week feeling very hesitant in my trading, kind of second guessing entries. And what I ended up doing was skipping entries that ultimately would have won just because they didn't look good, subjectively didn't look good. And then by the time I take a trade that looked better, those were where I was getting losses. And so really the first 2 days of the week, Monday and Tuesday, I really struggled with my psychology and executing my trade plan. Yesterday was much better. I had 9 trades and I was entering every trade I was supposed to. And so that was great. And even though yesterday was a 6-3 day, I've talked about this before where really the first trade I was only going for 8 ticks and the price went 8 ticks, exactly 8 ticks before it turned around and stopped me out of the trade. And So if it had gone one more tick, or if I had set my profit target for 7 ticks, which might have been enough to pass that evaluation, it would have been a win. So, that one was like so close to being a win. It just, I got unlucky by 1 tick. So that easily could have been a win. And also, sometimes it doesn't have to tick through. So if you're going for a profit target of 8 ticks and you put your limit order at 8 ticks, sometimes it doesn't even have to go to the 9th tick to get your fill, but usually it does. So just a little bit unlucky on that one. And then my last 2 trades yesterday both worked for my usual 11-tick scalps. That I took those trades a little bit later in the day, around close to 9 and after 9. And so I'm just thinking about changing things up. And when it's a little bit later in the day, around 9-ish, I'm going to make sure I'm only going for 11-tick scalps at that point. Because if I was just going for the 11 ticks, those last 2 trades yesterday both would have been winners as well. So easily could have been an 8-1 day or a 9-0 day. But regardless, I was really happy yesterday. I got over my hesitation, took the 9 trades, was taking trades as I was supposed to take them according to my strategy. And that's all I really have to do. If I do that, I believe that things will work out for the best for me in the long run. So today was a continuation of that. As you can see, this is the first chart I traded. This chart had all of my 3 winning trades on it for the day. And then I did trade 1 trade on a separate chart that I'll show you here in just a minute. And that's where I picked up my loss. But today was another good day where I was taking every entry as they came that I was supposed to take. And it served me well. I got the 3 wins and 4 trades overall. And so I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Today there was also a trade where I just wasn't paying enough attention. There was a short here. I was supposed to take it. I just wasn't watching the chart, and it happened and triggered before I noticed it. Would have worked. So today could have easily been a 4-1 day, which would have taken me to be right where my overall stats are for the year, which is, this is crazy. I'm 3 months in and I have 199 trades this year so far inside 3 months. If you had told me that I was going to start trading NQ and use this system, if you told me this last year when I started my YouTube, and that I would have 199 trades in the first 3 months of 2024, I would have said that's crazy. There's no way I'll ever have 199 trades in 3 months. So this is a great number for me volume wise, and 159 wins and 40 losses overall. A little bit under where I'd honestly like to be. 80% is great, winning 4 out of 5 trades. But I'd honestly really like to be closer to 85% or above. So I have some work to do there. I honestly think that by me getting over this hesitancy to just execute my system and take every entry, I've been missing out on more wins than I have losses in terms of when I'm skipping entries or missing entries. So I think there is some room for that to go up overall, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. But overall, to be 80% with this strategy is on the right track. It's a little bit lower than it needs to be, honestly. But in reality, if I am getting 4 wins out of every 5 accounts I trade, I should still be able to come out profitable overall in the long run. If I can use the advantage of multiple accounts to my advantage the best I can. And I think what I might start doing once I get a payout, hopefully that's coming soon, is I might start copy trading. So I have a evaluation and a PA being traded at the same time at some point. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, 199 trades so far, and 80% overall for the year. I was only 10-6 for the week, 63%, but a lot of that had to do with Monday and Tuesday, like I said, being hesitant. I missed between the 2 days. There were at least 4 wins I could have had between those 2 days. So I easily could have been 14-6 for the week. Plus the one trade I missed today could have easily been 15-6 for the week. So, my goal will be to come in next week feeling strong and confident to just trade my system and let the results be what they are. And that's kind of the key to my psychology. Once you have a system, psychology really is the most important aspect of trading, and it affected me this week, and that is the reason why I'm 10-6 this week. It's not the losses that that are upsetting me with this system. With old systems, usually I'd get a loss and I'd be really upset, and it would really bother me. And this week, it wasn't the fact that I had losses. It was the fact that I was skipping trades and skipping potential winners, and then because I was picking and choosing trades on Monday and Tuesday, that when I got my losses, they were the only trades I took. Like Tuesday, I was 0-2, right? And then I ran out of charts to trade. But I had skipped winners ahead of that. So I could have improved some accounts. And when that happens, when I'm trading PA2 first every day and I'm skipping winning trades, that means I'm skipping a winning trade for that account. So then I'm giving myself actually a higher percentage chance of taking a loss later in the day, is kind of how it works out. So it's not taking the losses that upsets me in this system. It's just not following the trading plan. My system is I'm supposed to take every single second entry on these charts as they appear, based on the fact that every single second entry on the chart has been working for my scalp profit target for the entire session, and that's the entirety of my strategy. And so when I'm not doing that, I've shown it a few times to myself now that when I'm not just following that plan, I do more damage to myself, because when I start to pick and choose, I undoubtedly always subjectively end up taking the loser when I could have already had some winners. So anyway, having said all that, let's take a quick look at my trades and wrap it up for the week. Here we go. All right, so this is the first chart that I traded today, and I started. There was some 7 a.m. news here when I started, which is 10 a.m. Pacific, or 10 a.m. East Coast. But within, I don't know, a minute or two of starting my stream and starting to trade, this setup appeared, and market had been very sideways, and we had a strong push up, and just a second entry, and not trying to read market structure or do any kind of analysis or any kind of subjective thought process at all about the setup. I just did what I was supposed to do. I had a chart that every single entry had worked so far for the session. So I saw it was setting up. I didn't think twice, and took the trade. And this turned out to be the best scalp I've gotten yet using my auto stop strategy. I got 30 ticks, and I mean, it's amazing. Imagine if I was just trailing candles, I could have got a huge win here. Wouldn't have got taken out until right here. I would have actually been over the 30% rule, I'm quite certain, if I were to capture all that. But anyway, 30 ticks for me is a terrific trade. And I did decide to trade 3 contracts on PA2 moving forward. So with the 3 contracts and the 30 ticks, I made $378 on the single trade. And that's really what I want to see. I mean, I really think I want to start trading primarily 50K accounts. I've been trying these 25K accounts just as kind of an experiment to see, like, okay, will I get to payouts quicker? Will I get to passing evaluations quicker? And while I did pass 2 25K evals with the system in the first 3 months and got 2 PAs from it, I haven't gotten to a payout any quicker on them. And there's just less wiggle room. Basically 2 losses in a row basically kills the account, because my next trade on PA7 very likely could blow up the account mid-trade with $270 of drawdown. It's entirely possible that a winning trade will be a loss on that account, simply for the reason that if there's any kind of pullback during the trade, I might get taken out of it before it goes on to win. So we'll see what happens with that. But because I blew up account 26 and account 31 that was almost passed, I'm thinking since this 80% is going on, this account won't renew. 26 won't renew for like 3 more weeks. And 31 renews, I don't know when it renews, another week or 2 maybe. I think another week. And I'm thinking, you know what, I should probably just transition to all 50K accounts. I think is what I'm feeling I should do. You get an extra $500 max payout when you get to a qualifying payout, and you have more room to endure a loss or two and still bring the account back. So I think that's what I'm likely to do. And I'll decide by Monday. So don't be surprised if I start Monday with 10 active accounts again, and those will be 50Ks. And then so that way, the only 25Ks I'll have at that point are PA 6 and 7 for as long as they last, as well as I have one more evaluation 34 as a 25K. So just mentioning that now. All right. So was really, I'll say proud of myself for just taking this trade, not being scared, not having any hesitancy, taking the trade. It turned out to be a great trade. And I think what happened ultimately, if I'm analyzing this after the fact, is I think we had this range and we were inside the range and we broke out of it up here. And if I were to draw these, I think we had something like a trend with a break and a new high, right? And then it failed the breakout and went back in the range. That would be my analysis after the fact, but it's really easy to do that after the fact. But when you're trading live, I don't trust doing that at all. And that's why I don't draw that stuff anymore. Anyway, trade 2 set up not too long after. So I entered trade number 1 at 7:05 and 56 seconds. So literally just within minutes of starting, and making sure that news wasn't too crazy that I can still enter a trade. And then trade 2, I entered just 10 minutes later at 7:15. And again, this is not at any kind of key entry point or anything. It was a strong move down. I had a second entry. There's a first entry above this candle, and then this was a second entry, and plenty of room to the opening price, plenty of room to the EMA. I figured no matter how strong down the move is, I should get at least a little bit of movement up, enough to get a scalp. Got 13 ticks on PA6 for $112. Still under starting balance, have a ways to go to try to bring that back, but was happy with the win. Then my third trade, I entered here at, let's see, third trade, I entered here at 7:32, so another 17 minutes later or something. And this was a first entry under the green bar, and then an engulfing second entry short. This one didn't work out for me, and this was on PA7. This is another case like yesterday where it looked like it was going to engulf my entry bar on the next bar here. And so I did move my stop. I moved it to this swing high. I gotta clean this up. This is an aspect I have to clean up. I don't mind moving it. I don't mind moving it on a PA in this case. I knew when I moved it, I was basically putting the account at risk. But when it didn't engulf, I either need to move it back, or if there's not time enough to move it back, if I would have got stopped out above this candle, then I need to just flatten the trade and accept the loss. Instead, I didn't move it, and I left it above there, and I still got stopped out. I was kind of thinking in this case, like maybe the opening price will still act as resistance and save me, which for a moment it looked like maybe that was going to happen on this candle, but then it just broke through. So I got to clean that up. It's okay. I don't mind playing by that rule on certain accounts to move it to a previous swing. I mean, technically it should have just been this swing then. But because there were other times where a previous better swing would have kept me out of it, a loss, I decided to go with this one. But it didn't engulf, so the rule wasn't, it didn't get triggered for me to have that rule in place, so I should have moved it back. So I endured a bigger loss than I really should have, but that's something I'll clean up moving forward, and just be a lot more aware of it, because this is 2 days in a row. So I really I'm going to learn from that. It's hard because once you put in your mind that, or once I put in my mind that I'm willing to risk the account, then it's hard to undo that kind of thinking and put it back. So In this case, I would have been better off because maybe this is the difference of having enough drawdown for my next trade that even if there's some pullback mid trade, maybe I'd have more room to not endure a loss mid trade. So anyway, just something for me to think about. But the great thing is the loss didn't affect me at all. I was willing to accept it. It wasn't the most important account to me, and quite frankly, all I need is one payout between the 3 current PAs, and I'm break even for my trading currently. So, if I were to get 2 payouts, that's a bonus. But really, I need the 1 out of 3, and then hopefully I'll have some more PAs coming up soon, and then we'll continue this process. So this didn't get me down at all. It's just part of the process. Sometimes there will be losses along the way. And meanwhile, moving on, I moved back to my my chart where I took my first 2 wins. And then here was a case where had a first entry, second entry long. The close of this candle was not the bottom was off the opening price, which is the white dashed line, and the close was above the previous day close, which is the dotted blue line, previous close of the previous day. So to me, I figured I had plenty of room to the resistance here, and I'm supposed to take this trade. There's no reason to not take the trade. I took it, and it worked out for 19 ticks on evaluation 27, up $243. And so evaluation 27, you can see I'm $160 away from passing and getting a new 50K PA there. So hopefully things will work out for me better on that account on my next trade. And then just to wrap it up, I was having a conversation on my live stream, and I just missed this trade. There's a first entry short here, and then a second entry short below this candle. It was a super small candle, only 20 ticks. I would have taken this in a heartbeat. I just didn't see it when it happened, and I didn't notice it until it already triggered and already worked. So that would have been a perfect, wonderful trade to take. Unfortunately, I just missed it. Could have been 4-1 for the day. It really doesn't matter. I mean, it would have just been on account 35, which at this point is not very consequential, but missed it nonetheless. And I want to take advantage of every trade I can take. So, and then after that, there just was nothing to take. And decided to call it for a day. It's time for me to go spend time with my daughter today and start the weekend. There's no trading tomorrow, holiday, completely closed, no half day or anything. And Monday will be a full day of trading. And again, let's talk about this real quick. Yeah, so just to wrap up, again, another day that was better day for trading my system the way I'm supposed to. I took all the entries I was supposed to take except for the one that I missed just by chance, having a good time talking in my stream. You can check out my live stream every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 a.m. Pacific. And so I'll be back at it Monday. And again, when I'm taking every trade that comes, every entry that comes, I'm having the best success I've ever had in terms of volume of trades and being legitimately, a strong 80%, sometimes 80% plus trader. So I just need to keep doing that and just not letting hesitancy, not letting doubt or, being kind of mindful of what the market is doing and subjectively reacting to it. I need to just keep my objective trading methods going and just trade like a robot as much as I can and keep all of my subjective thought process out of my trading. That's the goal for me. And as long as I do that, 3-in-1 days, 4-in-1 days are good for me. I'm willing to take a loss on any given day while improving 3 or 4 accounts at a time. So or more. Even yesterday being 6-3, I was happy with the day. I improved 6 accounts. 3 took a hit, but the way I'm playing this is kind of like a democracy of accounts, right? So I'm trying to trade what's best for the majority of my accounts, right? What's best, and what's best for me is just sticking to my system, and that's why I'm trading the way I've been trading for the past 3 months. And this is all new; it's all an experiment, and 3 months in, I'm feeling very good about it, even after a tough week of going 10-6. Which is definitely subpar. I'm still feeling very confident, very strong, And I'm really looking forward to the way the rest of the year plays out as we're entering the second quarter. 199 trades again for 3 months of trading is just, I can't believe I have basically 200 trades in 3 months. And just wrapping it up here, I hope you will like and subscribe and follow me on this journey, and let's see where I can get to trading this way. It's a little bit different than anything I've seen out there, and it's a little bit wacky. I'll admit it. It's a little bit. There's a little bit of an aspect of spinning the roulette wheel, so there's a little bit of a gamble to it. But having said that, the odds and the statistics are on my side. And so, everything in life is a gamble when you think about it. Walking out the front door of your house and getting in your car and driving away. Every time you do that, you're taking a gamble with your life driving. Walking across the street, getting on a plane, virtually doing anything. Life is a gamble no matter what you're doing. So, the food that you eat, the drinks that you consume, the drugs you may or may not take, whatever you do in life is a gamble. There's always an aspect of gamble in life. And if I can stack the statistics and the odds in my favor and have a little bit of an edge, that's what it's all about. And anyone that trades will tell you that it's about finding your edge and trading it and sticking to it and giving it a chance to work. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing and continue to give my edge a chance to work. And then however it works out, I will continue to modify and make incremental changes based on any observations or anything that I think can improve the system. But I really feel like this system is here to stay for me. It's only 3 months, so you never know. Next month could be a complete disaster, and I'll change what I'm thinking about it. But right now, I'm feeling very positive about it. So this is also, by the way, the end of this week, beginning of next week is basically my 1 year Apex anniversary. So how sweet would it be to get my first payout trading this new system for 3 months? If I can make that happen during this payout window coming up, that would just be a beautiful thing. So I'm still on the hunt for that. And it's entirely possible that I can get it, or it's entirely possible I won't. Anything can happen. I mean, we saw I was $60 away from passing this evaluation, and mid trade, intra trade, one tick away from passing it. And I went from one tick away from passing it to blowing it up within 2 minutes. So anything's possible, but let's see what happens next week. Everyone out there, hope you have a good holiday. Take a day off. You have a 3-day weekend. Let's all get refreshed and reset for the beginning of the second quarter. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope all of us have a lot of trading success as we continue the year here in 2024. All right, I believe I've said it all, and I'll be back on Monday morning at 10 a.m. East Coast. Come check out my live stream. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching.